ever felt like you were hitting a brick wall trying to get information, especially from public bodies? You're not alone. Many people in the UK are unsure about their rights when it comes to accessing information. There's a common misconception that data protection laws are there to stop us from finding out anything. Let's set the record straight. You have every right to access information, and the law is on your side. This isn't about snooping, it's about empowering yourself with knowledge. Whether you're trying to get hold of your personal data, find out more about a public body's decisions, or even access your child's school records, there are laws in place to help you. In fact, there are 3 useful laws: the Data Protection Act, the Freedom of Information Act, and the Education, Pupil Information, England, Regulations 2005. Public bodies can be masters of obfuscation, hiding behind jargon and procedures, but don't be put off. This guide will arm you with the knowledge you need to navigate the system and unlock the information you deserve. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding your rights and how to exercise them, you can hold institutions accountable and ensure transparency. The Data Protection Act. 2018 DPA is a powerful tool for anyone in the UK who wants to know what information is held about them. This law, which incorporates the General Data Protection Regulation known as GDPR, gives you the right to access your personal data held by any organisation, be it a government department, a private company, or even a local shop. This means you can request things like medical records, credit card statements, or even information held by social media platforms. The process is simple. You need to make a Subject Access Request, SR, to the organisation in question. This can be done in writing or electronically. They then have 1 month to respond and provide you with the information. They can't charge you a fee for this, except in exceptional circumstances. The DPA is a game changer for transparency. It puts you in the driver's seat when it comes to your personal data. Remember, this is your information and you have the right to see it. But remember, you can only see your information, not someone else's. Sometimes the information is mixed, so 2 people asking to see the same document will normally only see their information on the document unless there is a legal exemption. For example, the Child Maintenance Service produces maintenance calculations based on the income, not solely the salary, of the paying parent. By law, the income has to be disclosed, so it is. That's not a data breach. It's a legal requirement, and an annoyance to paying parents who cannot object to the disclosure. Navigating the world of child maintenance and social services can feel like traversing a maze. You might need to access information from the Child Maintenance Service, CMS, to ensure you're receiving the correct payments. Or perhaps you need to see social service records to understand decisions made about your family. The DPA is your ally here. You can make a Subject Access Request to the CMS for information about your case, including payment history and calculations. Similarly, you can request your files from social services, which might contain reports, assessments, and case notes. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification if anything is unclear, and if the information is wrong, ask for it to be corrected or erased. Remember, these organizations have a duty to be open and transparent with you. You have a right to be informed and involved in decisions that affect your family's life. Ever wondered what goes on behind the closed doors of government departments and local councils? Well, wonder no more. The Freedom of Information Act 2000, FOIA, gives you the right to access information held by public bodies such as the DWP or local councils and schools. This means you can request minutes from council meetings, environmental reports, or even data on government spending. The FOIA is a powerful tool for holding those in power accountable. It allows you to scrutinize decisions, uncover wrongdoing, and hold public bodies to account, or just find out information that you may be interested in knowing. To make an FOI request, you simply need to contact the public body in question, stating clearly what information you're looking for. You must provide an address and postcode, or they refuse to provide, and the information can't be personal about you. If you want your personal information, you need to make a Subject Access Request using the Data Protection Act, not the Freedom of Information Act. You must supply an address. No address, no information. They have 20 working days to respond. And like the DPA, they can't charge you a fee unless there are exceptional circumstances. As parents, we entrust our children's education to schools, but we also have a right to be informed about their progress and any support they might need. Sometimes separated parents struggle to track their child's progress. The Education, Pupil Information, England. Regulations 2005 gives parents the right to access their child's educational record. This includes things like attendance records, reports, and any special educational needs assessments. Accessing this information can be crucial in understanding your child's educational journey and advocating for their needs. You can make a written request to the school, and they must comply within 15 school days. Remember, you are your child's best advocate. Having access to their educational record empowers you to work with the school to ensure they reach their full potential. It's also really useful if you are separated from your child, but want to be kept informed. When they say no, it doesn't mean they are right. So you've made an information request, but you've been met with resistance. Don't despair. Public bodies sometimes try to avoid disclosing information, but don't let that deter you. Firstly, ask them why they're refusing your request. They must give you a valid reason, and it can't just be because they don't feel like it. But it's also important for you to request information using the right law. For example, if you make a subject access request about a public meeting, then that is likely to be subject to FOIA rules and not DPA rules. But a private meeting may be subject to DPA rules. If you're not sure, then make 2 applications, one under DPA and another under FOIA laws. They might cite exemptions under the DPA or FOI, such as protecting someone's privacy or national security. However, these exemptions should be applied narrowly, not automatically, and only when absolutely necessary. If you're not satisfied with their explanation, don't be afraid to challenge it. Persistence is key. Don't take no for an answer. If you believe a public body is wrongly withholding information, you can escalate your complaint. Under the law, there must be an internal review process. This involves asking a senior member of staff to review the decision. If this fails, you can complain to the Information Commissioner's Office or ICO. Do not complain until you have asked the organisation to review the request. Give them a chance. The ICO is the independent body that enforces data protection and information rights in the UK. They have the power to investigate your complaint and order the public body to release the information if they find they've acted unlawfully. Remember, the process can take time, and you might need to be persistent. In fact, it can take months, but don't give up. You have the law on your side, and by standing your ground, you're not only fighting for your right to information, but also promoting transparency and accountability. Know your rights. Fight for them. Navigating the world of information rights can feel daunting, but remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the DPA, the FOIA, and the Education Pupil Information regulations, you equip yourself with the tools to unlock vital information and hold institutions accountable. Don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge decisions, and be persistent. Your voice matters, and you have the right to know. There are resources available to help you. For example, in the UK, you can check the government web pages. The ICO website is also a treasure trove of information, with clear explanations of your rights and guidance on making information requests, including templated letters. There are also organisations like the Citizens Advice Bureau that can offer free confidential advice and support. Unlocking the truth, empowerment through information. We live in a world where information is power. By using the laws available to you, you can shed light on the truth, hold those in power accountable, and make informed decisions about your life and the lives of your loved ones. It might not always be easy, but the fight for transparency is a fight worth fighting. So go forth, arm yourself with knowledge, and unlock the information you deserve. Remember, you have the right to know, so don't be afraid to ask.